What's going on, guys? The Film and Everything Podcast. Welcome back. We got another episode for you guys today. We've done like 5 in the past 6 days or something. I don't even know. This is our 5th, I think. It's Fernie. Welcome on.
Hi.
Again. Always.
It's been a while.
Yeah, what was the last time we were on was for what?
I don't even remember. Probably talking about Star Wars.
Oh, I think. Yeah, we didn't review anything. I think we were just talking.
We were just talking shit.
Yeah, we were just talking shit. Today, it's going to be a good amount of Star Wars today. It's Star Wars week. We got a good Star Wars week.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's Mandalorian.
Tomorrow's Mandalorian. Me and Josh just beat Jedi Fallen Order. You've beaten it for a while already.
Just took your sweet time.
Yeah. We were playing Death Stranding.
Yeah.
And then we got Rise of Skywalker this week. So there's a lot. So I'm wearing my little. This one.
It's cute.
You like it? We should wear it for the Rise of Skywalker.
We're gonna wear a Ryan Johnson.
No,
shirt,
I mean for the review.
Oh, okay, fine.
Or maybe I'll wear the franchise killer for
I
the
don't have
review
one.
too. You don't have any?
I don't have a sorry.
I have a Deadpool one. It's pretty cool. And I just got this one today.
I almost bought one, but it was like $15 shipping, and I got cheaped out.
Yeah, I'm sure Target has some. This one's pretty cool.
It was
says,
at Foot Locker. It was one of the stormtroopers. I don't know why I was selling at Foot Locker, but
Foot
it
Locker.
was $10. But then the $15 shipping just ruined my day.
Yeah.
Like that.
It was $10, but $15
Yeah, that's how they get you.
Yeah, like when they sell stuff super cheap, and then, yeah, no, this one I don't even know where my mom got it for me. It's like, what does it say? Sith Miss?
Yeah.
It's like Darth Vader. It's cool.
It's Darth Vader
Cool.
naked.
I like it.
Vader
He's
in
like
the nude, all burned up and
with
shit.
nothing but the Santa hat. Okay. Anyway, so I wanted to start off today because I know we're late, but I did a poll on Instagram, and people wanted to see us talk about the Jedi Fallen Order. What better person than Fernie? Fernie is,
Oh wait, you actually, you
I did a poll. Yeah, that's why I asked them, like, would you guys like to see us talk
you
about? Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was like 80-20.
Just Justin
I put yes. I'm like, guys, look. No, it was like 80-20. It was a good amount of people.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Oh.
I know.
Who is that? 8%?
20%.
No, 80% yes.
80%.
I thought you were curious what the no.
No, we don't care about the no's.
Fuck
We
'em.
care about the yeses. So yeah, let's go right into it, because then we're gonna talk about some Jedi Fallen Order. I want to talk about Rise of Skywalker. The premiere was yesterday. There's a lot of articles and reviews and reactions and a lot more Ryan Johnson articles coming out and J.J. Abrams. So I want to get into it. We're not gonna go into like a full rant, but I want to go into a discussion.
A
Slight rant.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Jedi Fallen Order first, because it's what was the last Star Wars game, like story-driven Star Wars game we've gotten?
2.
Not talk about. Oh, Battlefront 2 did have a story.
Technically, but
I enjoyed it.
But that's it though.
I played it for like an hour and I got bored.
Really? I beat it. I liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
What was before
They
that?
did Luke better in that though.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
you play as Luke, and
I never got that.
it was
far.
actually really good. It was like, but
It was
anyway,
Luke.
continue. Before that, what was it? Like those Revenge of the Sith games?
No, it's
probably
Battlefront 2.
like
That was the last one.
it's probably like the old Republic Commando games. and
Force
shit, so-
Unleashed.
Yeah, Force Unleashed. There we go.
Yeah.
That one, that one.
Man, was
That
that
was
the
it.
last one? That was
was like
what, like
2000
Wii?
9.
The first one was 2007, I think, on the Wii and the Xbox 360.
Wow. Yeah.
And
So
the
it's been a
second one
while.
was like 2011. The second one was actually like really good, but it was just really short.
Damn. So it's been a while
it was
then.
4 hours long. It was short.
Yeah, so this game was a pretty big deal. We were worried, of course, because, it was EA's track record with Battlefront and
Oh, yeah.
how that was going. I enjoyed Battlefront 2, but I know what was it that happened before? It was like
The loot boxes.
the loot boxes,
Pay to
and
win.
Disney had to pretty
They
much
took all that
step
shit
in.
out though. It's good now apparently.
now
Yeah,
it's good,
yeah.
But I
They're
never-
adding a Rise of
I bought it
Skywalker
for like
patch.
$5, and I played it once in a while, but it's fun.
It's hard to like stay engaged on it.
Yeah, I bought it for PC for $5 and I just got like a refund. Because I was like, yeah, I want my money back.
He wanted those $5 back. He's like, I'd rather get McDonald's or something. So Jedi Fallen Order. I mean, this game. We were really looking forward to it. We were cautiously optimistic, because EA and their stuff. What did you think of Jedi Fallen Order, Fern? You still remember, right? For the most part, I know we took a while.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So what did you think?
I loved it. It was really good.
How good?
Remember to talk into the mic.
I'm talking into
No,
it?
because you're like this.
I'm talking. Whatever.
He's like talking like.
Like you want to be right in front of it. Yeah, you're like talking like this.
Sorry.
Or if you want, you can adjust the
Yeah,
thing.
just move it.
I'm leaving it there.
Move it for him, Josh. Move it for him.
Just move
Right.
it. You can move
It's
it.
in the exact same spot.
I know because I can't.
No, up.
What? Okay, what?
Okay, that's
do
enough.
it.
That's enough. Leave it there.
Just shift your mouth. Oh yeah,
We're good.
there
We're
we go.
good. Okay.
Nice. That's good. That's much better.
I just lost my train of thought.
That you really enjoyed the game, Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, I like the combat. It was like Sekiro, but a little slower than Sekiro in my opinion.
Yeah, we were kind of.
And it wasn't as precise on the blocks. Especially since I was playing on PC and I was playing at higher than 60 frames per second. There's a bug in the game where it makes it harder to block if you're playing at higher than 60 FPS. If you're playing like a 90, it makes it like you have to be super precise. So I was playing like that.
What difficulty did you play it on?
Jedi Master.
Jedi Master or Grandmaster?
The last one.
Oh, the
last
last
one.
one. Okay.
The last one.
Coward.
I like how you got excited when you said that too. You're like Jedi Grandmaster.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like the game a lot. The story was pretty good. I like the characters.
Already? It hasn't been 30 minutes.
Yeah, but the setting up.
And yeah, it was already running. Go.
I like the characters. I like the whole dynamic between, well, spoiler alert, one of the main characters and the second sister. I don't want to spoil it.
Okay,
I know everybody's played it, but, you know.
Yeah, should we give the spoiler warning now? Or it has been a while.
It's been a while.
Yeah, and it's hard to talk about it without...
It's a game. You can't talk
put
about
a timestamp after, like...
After
we finish talking about it, if people want to skip over it.
Yeah, like, we'll give our guests like our overall general thoughts, and then we'll get more in detail on what we liked or didn't like. So you enjoyed it for the most part. I agree with you too. Like I thought the combat was good. I thought the story was pretty simple. I kind of lost myself a little bit.
It was good, but it was simple, but it worked. Like it wasn't generic.
Yeah.
But the game had some like cutscene problems. Like there's sometimes where like his face wasn't really like showing emotion.
Yeah. And then sometimes it'll show a little too much emotion.
And it was kind of like cringy. I was kind of like cringy at times.
The game needed like 2 months more.
Yeah, like,
development.
Yeah.
So with the stutters every once in a while.
Especially that we had just come off playing Death Stranding, and that game is like it's like you're controlling a movie or something, and it's really weird.
I'm playing Red Dead right now, and even though the PC has problems, it's fine for me, and it's just smooth, like perfect.
So with this game, there was some issues. We had some issues with it was a little glitchy at times, like going into the new levels. The game probably crashed on me once.
Crashed on you?
Yeah, once during combat.
It never crashed on me.
Yeah.
My only issue was like occasionally like enemies would get stuck and they start like pretending they're falling, which is hilarious. But I want to play the game.
I don't think that happened to us, right?
It happened every once in a while. Then there was the one bug. Oh, never mind. No,
that's
another bug.
No, that was a different game. But, and just the stuttering, it gets annoying.
Yeah.
It's because there's like, especially when you first see the Sith troopers.
Right.
It's the stuttering happens when like the game loads
the
new part, and I guess that fight with the Sith trooper, it's like right in between where the loading spot. So when you dodge and it starts stuttering, it makes the fight 10 times harder.
Yeah. No, I was worried about this game. I didn't think it was going to be good, to be honest with you, just because we were kind of like in that worried state with Star Wars in general and EA.
That seemed to be like the general response. Like, nobody was really hyped about it until it came out.
Yeah, and then the reviews were really good. I really enjoyed this game. I loved how there's actually a lot for you to do, I guess. Like the levels are pretty big. Even maybe sometimes they're a little too confusing.
Yeah. My complaint about the levels is that they encourage you to explore. And there's puzzles and stuff, but there's not really much to find. I mean, there's like the lore stuff, which I like a lot, but you can't really find lightsaber crystals until the end. You get ponchos, but I mean,
those ponchos are
looking like Obi-Wan Kenobi out there.
I Obi-Wan. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the ponchos, I guess were fine.
Some of them look kind of dumb.
Yeah. And they're all kind of the same. Very few are like,
I like the BB-8 colors. I mean, not BB-8, BD-1.
The BD-1. Yeah, that was cool. I actually like BD-1, like just the droid in general. I thought that was cool.
It was adorable.
The jacket, though, I got like a new jacket, and I was changing the color, and I couldn't even tell.
You got a new jacket? I never found that.
Yeah, but it's literally It's just like, it goes from black to like white.
Huh.
It's so minimal, it doesn't even matter. I was kind of getting annoyed because I was like, man, I'm exploring, but the things I'm getting, I did enjoy like the lightsaber customization. I guess it's not
that was cool
too much, but it's cool. Like I wish, like what you were saying, like the crystals and the colors and stuff. That kind of comes like
I get why they didn't do it
for story purposes, which was kind of satisfying when you get to that moment. But I thought the customization for the lightsabers were cool. Soundtrack was okay.
I liked the soundtrack a lot.
Yeah,
I really liked it. It felt like Star Wars.
No, yeah, there's definitely good, use of prequel soundtrack and stuff in there. I just mean like the. How do I explain it?
The Disney,
like the Disney fight, like the very lighthearted, and I'm fine with that. But there was times that they were using that in some dramatic moments where I felt could have been. I would have to go into it more in detail. Yeah, I'll go into more in detail later. But
cutscenes they ruined. Like there was some moments that was kind of like, oh man, like this was cool, but you just.
I feel like the game should have took it up a little bit more up a notch, and it could have gone a little darker, a little. At times, combat, it feels so satisfying when you destroy a droid and the limbs fly off. Mm-hmm. You can't really do that for the troopers. That's get annoying.
That's Disney, you know.
Yeah, that sucks though.
It looks kind of weird though when you're slashing and then it's just nothing happens.
It's not as rewarding.
Like in the Force Unleashed, they did that. Yeah, it was satisfying when you cut off a fucking stormtrooper's head.
Yeah, it is satisfying because I feel it when I'm fighting the droids. You know. And you do like that when it does like the little cinematic when you're finishing them off. That's pretty cool, you know.
Quick question: did you guys go to the arena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were confused by that too, right?
No, I wasn't sure if it was like an optional thing because you could beat the bounty hunters. And I was curious if like that was just an optional thing. If you beat them, you just never see the arena.
It was on your way back to the ship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The same thing happened.
But because I beat there's bounty hunters afterwards that I beat them, and I was wondering like if you beat these guys. You don't get caught. Do you just never see the arena? Because that's actually kind of cool.
I think you're maybe meant to get caught, right? Because the way I got caught, it was pretty quick. I was like, wait, what the hell?
I got caught because I died.
Yeah, I was fighting that hard trooper. He charged me once. I just died instantly. Mm-hmm. I was like, all right, whatever.
I played on Jedi Master, the second last.
What a bitch.
Yeah, just because I had just come out Death Stranding, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna. And I wasn't very familiar with that fighting style before. Because I was hearing like similarities to like Dark Souls and stuff. I never played those games.
Like Sekiro, which is similar to Dark Souls.
Right.
Same company, so.
The one thing I would say I kind of wish the story wasn't so scared to get a little darker, because there are some moments where it's really cool moments, but it could have been like amazing and it wasn't, because I feel like they held back. That's besides the combat, because the combat definitely should have had something, but you know it's Disney's. You know
there were some dark moments like when they showed Order 66.
That was one of the issues I had. I thought it was when it started. I thought it was awesome. Like the music was playing, but they didn't show enough. I didn't want to be jumping around climbing things. I wish it was more cinematic where you're running and you actually see some Jedi get shot and people like running. You don't get it as much. It's kind of like it's a lot lighter.
Well, I think they were the only ones there, so you can't really.
But you know what? Like something a little bit more cinematic. It felt a little too like staged. It felt like a mission.
Yeah, and
you know.
Like when you see like your master killing like the stormtroopers, it was such a weird animation.
Yeah, the animation was a little odd.
It was so bad the way he was.
I feel like it could have been done better. You know, like maybe just more a linear cinematic where you're running and you have to see everything going on rather than you have the music playing and it really gets you engaged. But then I'm just climbing this.
Yeah, like you're climbing and then there's like Jedi getting slaughtered in the background.
Yeah.
Or something.
But
like
you don't really
you see it in a window or something.
Yeah, I wish you can see that more, or maybe running away from the troopers more. Like they see you and you're running, and I don't know. It could have been done a lot better. I think it was a great moment. Like that's why I thought it was really cool, but it could have been even better. Like with the music, once the music started playing, I was like, oh man, I was excited, and then I kind of realized like they kind of held back a little bit, at least for me. I don't know about you guys if you guys felt the same way.
I don't know if they held back. I just think that like they set it up so that. There's not much you can do. Like you want like Jedi getting slaughtered left and right, but I think in this situation they were the only ones there.
Or at least
so you know
it didn't look that traumatizing. Like if I was him, like we're supposed to understand his, you know, like as a survivor of that.
Like I talked to the stormtroopers before I
went to that.
Well, so it kind of like oh shit, they were just friendly to me 5 seconds ago, and now they're trying to shoot me. Like that's fucked up.
That was cool. That was a cool touch. All that was great. It was more of the escaping. That was where. I was like, because that was cool. Like how they were your friends second, and the next second they're.
I did think it was a little weird that like Cal was just like dominating these stormtroopers, and then like your master dies.
Yeah.
And it was just like he got overpowered.
I think it could have been a little bit more cinematic. You know, like especially with the master maybe defending you a little bit more instead of just kind of like climbing with the music in the background. Then you stop and you see him going through a door. Go, Cal! I don't know. It was like, it felt.
It was pretty cool to see him like just beat the shit out of the.
That was great.
I
just wish it was done more cinematically. I guess it felt a little too like structured.
Your master's kind of intimidating. Like
Yeah, he was kind of
scary dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
I definitely liked the characters in this game. All the new characters. I don't know. It felt like Star Wars. This game really did feel like Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
The little Easter eggs and stuff like that.
I like the fact that they talk about like the lore of Star Wars a little bit. You know, like, especially with the new movies. I really haven't learned much about the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
But in this game, I learned quite a bit about the Zepho and the animals.
How much did you explore? How much did you guys explore when we beat the game?
Well, after I beat the game, I didn't play it.
Yeah, but like once you completed the story, what was the overall exploration in each planet? Do you remember?
Oh, I didn't.
What about you, Josh?
I know, like total was like 86.
Yeah, I was probably around there.
Oh, okay.
Like
I didn't check my total because the game crashed in the credits.
Nice.
Yeah, but I was like at 88.
No, like when you load into your save, it tells you like 86%.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it because it crashed.
It's the same. We're both the same, like 86%.
Oh, it said it. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I was like at 88, 90 in each planet.
I'm probably around there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like trying to get some chests after I was like, okay, fuck it, I don't care about the chest.
Yeah, the main thing, the coolest thing is definitely the double-bladed lightsaber.
You're welcome.
And it's worth getting it early on. It's so awesome.
Traded.
You go to Dathomir, and I thought that was cool.
Dathomir was cool. I like that planet in general.
Yeah.
It's creepy.
And what's this guy's name? I forgot his name. That he
Malicos?
comes later.
Malicos? Shirtless dude?
Toro.
Malicos, yeah.
Malicos, yeah. I thought he was actually really cool.
I liked him a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a little weird. I'm confused how I got the red lightsabers though, because he used to be a Jedi.
Yeah, I don't know.
What happened with that?
I don't know. I loved his style though, and Dathomir was really cool. Getting the double-bladed lightsaber. I wish I think Angry Joe talked about this. Like maybe there should have been like side quests where you get these things, because as a player, if you go in like clueless, you won't know anything.
Yeah.
So you just kind of find it by luck. Joshua told me about it, so I went and got it.
I think if you don't get it early on in the story, you get it.
Yeah.
Somehow, I think so.
I know you get the.
Because I know you end up with it.
That move is cool, like the double, the two-sworded split thing or whatever. You get that. I don't know if you do end up getting. Well, you have to go to Dathomir anyway. I guess you get it later on. I don't know if they would give it to you though.
I do think it's a little weird that he just decides, let's add another one. Fuck it.
Yeah. I don't know. I it was awesome.
Like that could have been explained a little better in the story.
Right.
Plus, where'd he get another crystal? I think you need 2 crystals for that, don't you?
Yeah, maybe because he kind of splits it. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think about that. I was already so tired. I was playing it for hours.
When he gets a double bladed, he just has 1 crystal. I thought you needed 2 for each side.
I have no idea.
Whatever.
I have no idea. Don't you dare. And what else? The story. It's simple, but it's good. You kind of get lost in the exploration, which is a good thing, I guess.
Not really.
The levels are.
I was lost on Zepho like for 40 minutes trying to get back to the mansions.
You can get. I mean,
and
you
I was
can.
getting pissed. I was like, I didn't play for 2 days.
Yeah, you can get lost.
I had to cool off.
Yeah, I got at Zepho the temple. Oh my god. Zepho in general was just not.
You can get lost for a while.
I got really pissed off. I was like 40 minutes.
Because there's only certain, like either elevators or certain pathways that take you back. So if you go the wrong way, you're kind of.
And there are certain Zepho on the temple. There's certain spots that you have to go later on, but you don't really know that. So you're thinking, oh, that's where I need to go, and then you give up, and then it's a mess.
Yeah,
I found out how to get out just by luck, but
really,
yeah, I just
I had to like look.
I went back to where like, kind of like where you end before you gotta leave,
right?
And I just happened to notice there was a hole in the wall or whatever.
Because the maps are detailed. The maps, there's a lot to the maps. But you can get lost because there's like 4 levels in the map. But then if you go down to like the ice cave and then you don't know how to go back and how do you get back to the ship or if you don't find certain shortcuts or
that was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So I guess
I found like 4 different ways to get down to the ice cave.
Yeah, exactly. Annoying. And then to go back to your ship, you have no idea. That's what happened to me. So the levels are good, but at the same time, it's like, man, it can get pretty.
They need a better map. BD1, it's adorable little map.
The hologram,
but fuck, man, that map is awful. Jesus
it's bad,
Christ.
but I thought it was actually pretty helpful sometimes because it gave you the dimensions of like where you're at.
I guess, but
you know what I mean? Because some maps, it happened to me with Death Stranding. You're not really sure if it's like a high ground or not. It just shows you go that way. And there's times if I'm following the waypoint, it's like a huge mountain and I can't. Like I'm fucked. Yeah. so I have to go all the way around. With this, at least it tells you the dimensions and like,
I guess.
You know,
that
yeah, it wasn't perfect, but I thought the combat was really good. There were some times like like with the dodging. I think you had that issue too, right, with the dodging.
Yeah, because I was fighting the Malekith. He wasn't like that hard. He was kind of like easy, but I kept dying because the game. Because like first off, the BD takes forever to give you your fucking stim.
Yeah, sometimes he just doesn't do it.
BD,
you know what happened?
Come on, BD.
I was fighting the boss. I'm like, BD, heal me! BD, heal me! The motherfucker threw his lightsaber at me. No!
Yeah, sometimes it's true. He doesn't even
he
give
just
it to
doesn't
you.
feel like doing it.
He's like, yeah, give it to you. I was like, dude, motherfucker, give me my fucking stim. He's like, keep fighting this guy. And with the dodging, I was like, dude, like he's easy. Like I know how to beat him, but the thing is, I was hitting like to like dodge or block. The character just standing there.
Yeah, the input lag. What were we playing on PC or
on PC?
Yeah, especially I can only imagine on consoles, but it's not as precise as it really should be.
Yeah, because the thing is, I was like,
it's fine,
because
but
the thing is, I was like, I knew what move he was gonna do already, and I was being quick with it. Oh, like to roll already, and the character just would not.
That's why sometimes if I knew what move he was gonna do, I would just hold block and just instead of getting the perfect block, it just kind of take it. Because it ends up working out better. Because sometimes if you don't get it precisely with the
and one thing I don't like too with the boss fights, I didn't like when they do like those red heavy attacks.
I didn't mind that.
I didn't like the fact that they had like an auto aim. So let's say he would do like the leap to like hit you with the heavy attack. I'll dodge out of the way, but he would like turn around quick and like land on you. It was weird. I was having that issue like with the boss.
I don't remember that. They were pretty easy to dodge.
No, because like he would jump up in the air to do the red attack. I would move out of the way, but like if I see his back, and then within 2 seconds he would teleport the other way and land on me.
One thing you could do is you can always force push him.
Yeah, I always did that.
I did that on the final boss.
Yeah, she was the final boss. I was like, oh man, she's actually like.
Kind of hot.
I struggled with the final boss, but I think I was already playing for so many hours.
Are we spoiling this right now? Because
you can get into spoilers. Yeah,
we're already talking about the final boss here.
Maclus and the final boss, they were like, it was cool, but I didn't really struggle on them.
I find it funny how she had that ability that just kills you instantly. Like, why didn't she just do it in the first place?
Yeah, like just overall.
Yeah, I know. I was like 2 hits away for finishing her off. Dude, and I was attacking her, and she did the little charge.
You got a little too excited, because you can't dodge if it's that close.
No, because the problem was that I was attacking her, but I was already in front of her. So by the time she did the move, I was already in her way.
I kept my distance. I only hit when I force pushed her and it was.
Yeah, like you have to be patient because that's what happened to me.
On that final boss, I beat her because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make it more like cinematic. So I started using like all my like force powers on her, and I was like, I kept breaking her guard.
Yeah, I would flip around just for fun.
Yeah, make it look I was having fun with it. Yeah, because I wanted to make it seem like, okay, I don't want to just stand here, block, and wait every 2 seconds.
The fight with the ninth sister is fucking awesome.
The ninth sister's the big one, right?
Yeah,
is it a sister?
I think it's a chick.
Yeah, because I was like, wait, is this a dude or a chick?
It's like
it's some weird alien. I don't know what they look like.
Because the voice did not match the body.
Ninth brother.
Yeah, I don't know, because I was kind of laughing at the voice, because it's like that squeaky little voice.
No, the game starts off strong. I love that you're getting the boss fights constantly. I like how they did set up the second sister. You fight her at the beginning, and then
you fight her a bunch of times.
Yeah, so I like that. I thought the Kyle character was fine. He was like
I didn't really like.
He's like the generic he
was cool. He was he's kind of like a Luke, but
he's a little whiny.
He's a little whiny.
kind of like a Luke.
No, but
he felt a little bit more whiny here though.
The one scene I really cringed hard was when you're in the cave and in your crystal cracks. Dude, I was laughing. Because he was trying to be cold, but like his lips weren't really moving that well.
I don't think it was cold. I think it was like scared.
No, because
he was like cold and crying.
Yeah, but he was crying, and it was like the whole cutscene was really bad. Like the way it was done, because I couldn't really see his tears, and like his mouth was moving really odd.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this is like really cringy.
And
like,
it's weird. The thing is though, I think we're so used to like those graphics where it just feels real.
No. But the thing is the cutscenes, like some of them look great, but sometimes it wasn't like optimized really well.
Yeah.
The cutscenes.
It's true what you were saying. Maybe 2 more months.
Like 2 or 3
yeah,
months
like
more.
it wasn't polished yet. The game still needed a little more polish.
Yeah, you can tell EA just rushed them to release it by Christmas.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah, that's
because that scene that was that was an emotional scene.
Yeah.
Like, his crystal broke. He thought like all hope was lost.
That was funny.
But I was laughing because the way his face was like.
It's a little. It makes you a little uncomfortable.
And I was like, okay, this is kind of like
his jaw's like deformed.
yeah. And then I couldn't see like no tears coming out.
Yeah, he was supposed to be crying.
And he's supposed to be cold because he's trying to do like his mouth moving fast.
Yeah.
Cold.
I thought the dynamic with the characters was good, like your crew.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
And I was kind of like when he calls it, during that scene, he's thanks, buddy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Sometimes it's a little too light-hearted for me,
like,
you know.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a little too like Disney Channel, you know, like.
Thanks, buddy.
Cal is a little bit too happy sometimes.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm talking about? Like when he's like upset, he's like, "Thanks, buddy," and it's like, and I get it because Star Wars is like that, but there's times where it's like, if you're gonna give us that, don't be afraid to go dark as well. The scene I wanted to get into, the Order 66 was one, and which was really great, the Darth Vader scene.
Oh,
it kind of sucked.
I thought that was executed so well.
That was amazing.
I got spoiled.
I knew he was in the game, but I was not expecting that.
They because I saw the commercials, the TV spots were giving it away. I was like, okay, and I didn't know that was literally the ending of the game.
It's just
Dude, he was breathing. I was like, that's badass.
I love the way how like you struggle with the second sister, and then Vader comes out and you can't do anything to him.
Yeah,
just how fucking powerful that guy is.
Yeah,
I love it.
I love the way he comes in. But again, the music is coming on. You have like Darth Vader music, and that was awesome. But then they go back to that like that Disney fied Star Wars soundtrack, like the very happy music. And I was like, no, let's keep it dark. You know, when you're running away from him.
I thought it was kind of funny how he just yeets away the seer like nothing. He just throws her out there. I thought that was hilarious.
I thought she was gonna overpower him for a second. And you know, in that scene in the. When he's like, then I realized he was letting her, to see her consume the dark side and all that. I thought that was cool. That was a great scene.
But I didn't like to where it was an awesome cutscene. I was like, oh, this is badass. I just didn't like the spot. I think I should have been more like cinematic, more cinematic.
No, I thought that torture room was good.
No,
I think when you were running away, they should have done it a little differently, where you could maybe see him
chasing you,
see him behind you. I tried to look behind. And I couldn't. The game didn't let me. You have to run forward.
He actually killed me. He killed me.
Yeah?
He killed me.
I wish there was a way where you can keep... I wish it was a little longer, you know, where you're running away. And because that was cool how he's just taking everything down. And that's badass. But again, the soundtrack came on. And that was so good. It was like the Revenge of the Sith soundtrack. When I think it was killing like the younglings or something. But then it goes back to that modern like... Dee-da-da-da, you know... Where's Cal? And it's like, no, let's keep it dark. Keep it dark for a second. Like, let's enjoy this because it does detach you.
It should have been a little longer. I would have liked it to be
longer. I thought it was great though. They changed the music up. I wish it stayed that dark. Keep it cinematic because the one thing with the prequels soundtrack, they're cinematic. Like
the prequel soundtrack is
amazing,
fantastic.
Yeah, but suppose they're making a sequel.
They're working on it.
They better make a sequel.
Yeah, but I just don't know where the story can go.
It could go. In the future.
Because now Vader has to be in the next one.
It could go in the future. Yeah, because that's what I was telling Joshua about the ending of the game. I was like, man, okay, we got like the names of the Force-sensitive kids, but this doesn't line up with New Hope.
Well, they destroyed it.
Exactly. So I was like, oh, okay. Like, so when the game ended, I was like, oh, okay, that made sense. But it kind of sucks because you want to see more, I guess, you know, like because you can go into a lot if there's Force-sensitive kids and then it made me think of the sequel trilogy. How that maybe that could have been a thing, like how it starts with maybe the Jedi Order coming back into play, but they just kind of rehashed the original trilogy. So that this game kind of made me think about that, like the potential of what could have been for the future.
I feel like a sequel was gonna be tough for them.
Because, where do they go with
because now Vader has to be the villain. Like
I would love to see more Vader, man. That was so badass.
I was thinking maybe they could do it like when Luke starts trading kids. Cal joins Luke, like, and it's all in the future. Cal's in like, I don't know, Cal will be like, what, 30 something? 40?
How old would Cal be?
I think he's like 18. So he'll be in his 30s, probably.
Yeah, how old would he be? Because it would have to be after New Hope and all that, right?
Yeah, it will have to be, it will be when Luke's training kids, so that'll be after...
Wait a second, if this is after Order 66,
yeah, this is before
Cal would technically be older
than
Luke.
Yeah, he's like, he'll be like in his 30s.
So he would technically be a Jedi Master.
That's what I'm saying. Why he could help Luke out train, and then I don't know, the story comes out of that.
That's tough. That's tricky though.
It's tricky because you don't want to play around with Luke, like story. You don't want.
The thing is, you don't want to mess with the original trilogy. I feel like that's where it gets tricky because it has to line up, right?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not messing with the original trilogy. It's in between what Luke was doing all those years.
You're saying after Return of the Jedi?
Yeah, after Return of the Jedi, when he's training kids, because that's what he did. And
but miserably at it, but whatever. Force Awakens, Kylo kills them all.
Well, yeah, but before all that,
you could do before.
Luke was like 80 when that happened.
80.
I don't know. Yeah, but then who's the villain?
I don't know. Some other Sith Lord.
I don't know. It's tough.
They've been Force users all the time. They just pop out of nowhere.
I feel like the sequel's gonna be tough for them.
I would love to see it because I really did enjoy this game. I thought the combat was great.
Or maybe another Inquisitor, like one of the Inquisitors that just survived and becomes
I would
like
like
a
to
Sith
see
Lord.
like a Vader. Like I just want to see that. I want to play as Vader in the game.
Let me see. I'm trying to see if we got any questions or suggestions yet.
I want to see Vader.
Not yet.
I just want to see more Vader.
There was a leak.
The Vader was awesome, man.
Of the Force Unleashed 3, what they were planning, and it was planning that you and your Starkiller, and then Vader, it was co-op, and you could play as one or the other.
Hopefully, but
that's not ever coming out. That's been like 10 years, but that was what they were planning before they canceled it.
What would you guys rate this game?
Not an 8.
I'll give it an 8.
I'm at an 8 as well.
Because there's some cutscenes.
With 2 months or 3 months of polish, it would have been a 9.
No.
Yeah, because
the length of the story is actually like the story is very simple. There was a part where I caught myself exploring so much. I was like, man, what's the story again? Let me keep going.
No, I like midway for me. I was like there like during playing the game. I was like, man, like the story is like nothing big has happened for me.
It's more about the exploration.
I'm kind of like, damn, like I'm kind of just playing it. And it's like,
I just wish the exploring. I wish you were a little bit rewarded a little bit more. You know.
Outfits are kind of like.
Yeah, I was just getting ponchos. Some of the lightsaber designs were okay. I got some cool ones, but I don't know. I wish there was something a little bit more rewarding. You know,
it's just hard. Like, what can you give them?
That's the thing. Yeah,
you can't give them a blaster or something.
I wish that maybe the customization for your character would be more.
Would be pretty cool.
Instead of just ponchos.
Like a lightsaber blaster type of thing.
Yeah, and Rebels they have. What's his kid's name?
Ezra.
His thing is like that.
Yeah, like you can kind of do something like that, like a blaster lightsaber.
Yeah, because the ponchos that kind of sucked. I wish you could.
Kind of like a Jedi robe.
As you keep exploring, you get like more. But he was still not. He didn't consider himself a Jedi.
Some, like Clone War battle.
Yeah,
armor.
But I get it though, because it's like in the story he's not there yet. Yeah, maybe in the sequel though,
but ponchos.
Ponchos.
He likes ponchos.
Yeah, I don't know why he's
it lines with his character. Like he's young, he still doesn't know.
But what does a poncho to do with his character?
I don't know.
Hey, he's Mexican, bro.
Maybe in the sequel though.
What's his fighter's name? He's a ginger and he's Mexican. He's a UFC fighter.
I don't know.
Canelo Alvarez or something like that? I might have just made that name up, honestly.
Canelo? No, that's a boxer. Yeah, the boxer.
Well, is he redheaded?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Well, there's a Mexican.
He has like a strong jaw.
There's a Mexican ginger. And maybe Cal's one. So that's where I'm going with this.
Cal, he was bitchy. Like, his character was like, thanks, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah.
I was like,
it's like that Disney Channel. It's like the Disney Channel character.
Leave Cal alone, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I was raging pretty hard against the second sister at the end.
I was laughing. I was
raging, dude, because I was already playing for like 4 or 5 hours because I was trying to beat the game, you know, because I got the polls and stuff. And then I fought the Maloko. What was his name? Malicos. I fought him. I was like, okay. And then I was going through the game, but man, when I had to fight her, you know, when you're like kind of tired and you start making mistakes.
That's the worst. When you're playing frustrated and you're exhausted.
You're playing reckless.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was going on with me, and then there's something about Kyle. He would just piss me off in boss fights. Beatty, help me! Come on, buddy!
Beatty, help!
It's like, dude, just fucking revive me. I'm going to die. And he's like, Beatty, and he's waiting, and then I die. And
his hands up. His Beatty just does not want to
get
me.
I got so pissed off because I'm like, he's like, Beatty, help me! And the motherfucking robot wouldn't give it to me, and the boss throws 2 lightsabers. I'm like, Beatty, help! Beatty,
dude, yeah, because there's times that you need that stim.
And Beatty just does not want.
You need to heal, and the guy's like midair, and Beatty is like, dude.
Thanks, buddy, help, buddy.
And there's times that when the boss, there's some cheap shots that they get you know, like where you can't block, like when it's red.
You gotta dodge.
The heavy attacks. Yeah, I know, but there's some times that the buttons, like the second sister, she'll do that rock thing where just you have to jump over.
That one was annoying.
Yeah. There was times I would hit the double, you know, I'll hit it twice to jump.
You wouldn't jump.
And he wouldn't jump, and I'll get hit. and I'm out of stim packs, and there's just times where I look at her health bar and I look at mine. I'm like, just fucking kill me, and I just run up to her and accept my fate. But then I
remember the first time I fought her, I almost beat her. Like I got like very close. I was feeling myself. I was like, yeah, first try, and I died. The next 30 tries, I wasn't even close.
Yeah,
that happens to me a lot.
Yeah,
in these kind of games. I don't know why.
The first time in the start of the game, I didn't know you were supposed to lose against the Night Sister.
Mm-hmm. I'd put up a fight.
No, I was fighting for a good 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, I'm fighting for 10 minutes, like nothing's happening. She's kind of like, I was like, man, like, am I supposed to lose or something? So I let her kill me. I was like, oh wait, I was supposed to lose.
Yeah, it was cool that they did that. Because
I was like dodging everything, hitting her.
I took like half her health, and then the cutscene started. I think that's how it works. Yeah.
Oh, because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was like playing pretty well, and I just kicked her ass for a little while, and then the cutscene started.
Yeah, because I played like Dark Souls and Sekiro, so I was like, okay, like I kind of like it's kind of easy. Like,
can you imagine you just beat her ass in the first level, and that's it, game over?
No, this game is a lot.
Thank
easier.
you for playing.
No, this game's a lot easier. It wasn't really like.
I enjoyed it though. I thought it was great Star Wars. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm hopeful with Rise of Skywalker somewhat. The game was great. The Mandalorian's been really good. I'm hoping these next 2 episodes it goes into the plot.
How many episodes is that supposed to have?
6, and there's 8. So we got 2 left. There's the new one tomorrow.
But the last 3 have not been no plot.
So in 2 weeks, I get to watch it, and I cannot waste money on Disney Plus.
No,
I
get the 7-day free trial.
7-day free trial.
For season 2, for me, I'm just gonna binge it because, dude, I've been watching every week and just no plot.
Yeah.
So I'm getting count.
Well, yeah, it's like. No, the last episode was really good. Episode 5 was just pure filler, but the show has been great so far. I can't complain.
It's good, but the problem is after a while, it's like, okay, I want.
There was one episode, I think it was 5 that people didn't like.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. That's the weakest one.
No, 5 was pretty bad.
That's the weakest one. It's not like awful, but it's the average filler. So
how do you have filler on a 6-episode series? 8.
That's the thing where people are confused about.
Because I was actually reading up, a lot of people actually have stopped watching the show. Because people are like, because like I mean I'm getting kind of tired of it because it's like there's no plot, so I have nothing to really like bring me back for the next week. It's
a great show though, it's like you gotta I think what's hurting is that it's weekly, so we have to wait every week.
Yeah, that's why I'm waiting.
Yeah, you're doing the right thing.
Yes, I am.
But Jedi Fallen Order, so we're all at 8s. Anything else before we move on?
Should have been game of the year.
Really?
No.
Compared to Sekiro?
Sekiro, yeah, man.
I think it's better than Sekiro.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
I didn't play Sekiro, so
there's an actual story in this. I didn't give a shit about Sekiro's story.
No, but Sekiro is way better visually and the combat is way better.
Oh, okay, fine, but that's not the entire game.
Yeah, but the story.
If you want to go story, I would say Death Stranding. Then.
I didn't play that shit,
dude.
No. For my game was Death Stranding over Sekiro and all that because the story was like.
I would have gone with the Outer Worlds too, but.
But Fallen Order, the story.
It's very simple.
Because I play both, and Fallen Order has such a simple story. It's not even that like.
Yeah, Sekiro's story sucks.
But it's a good Star Wars story. It's a good Star Wars spin-off or.
I think Sekiro. Is like a way better because it's samurai.
Yeah.
The combat is way more engaging. Like, I feel like the combat is actually a lot harder.
The combat is better. I'll give them that.
The combat, because it's actually like you have to actually block a certain way, dodge a certain way.
I'll tell you what though.
Fallen Order, you kind of just hold LB and that's it.
Yeah, but for for lightsaber battles that we haven't gotten in a while, I thought it was great.
Oh yeah.
It was really rewarding.
I think Sekiro was better than Fallen Order.
We gave it 8s, right? Everybody gave it 8s.
I gave it a 5.
Anything else before? Because I kind of want to jump on now that since we're already talking about Star Wars.
Fallen Order, great game. I don't think it is our game of the year though.
I think you're wrong.
I think you're wrong. I think it is a great Star Wars game. I think it's a great side story. like a little filler story in between this about this kid that survives Order 66. I thought that was great.
But for game of the year, it's like because I go by mostly the story.
No, but it is an impressive one of the better games of the year though for sure. I think.
I don't know, over Sekiro it's tough. I think Sekiro. Like when I saw that one game, I was fine with that.
No, but it's one of the top games of this year for sure. Because I was playing it, I enjoyed it. For us, we got a good Star Wars game, and it's been some time.
Some cutscenes were a little weird.
It's been a while.
It's been some time, and the lightsaber, it was rewarding. I would definitely recommend it. There's like a bundle out now. It's like $40, and you get like a lunchbox and socks and. I don't know. Yeah, it's really weird, but there's a bundle out.
Yeah, it has to make their money.
I would definitely recommend this game if you haven't.
It just has.
If you haven't got it yet, I would definitely get it and play it. If you're a Star Wars fan, I thought it was great.
It just has weird cutscenes.
Yeah, it's not perfect. That's why it's an 8 for me. It's an 8. Yeah. So, should we get into?
Sekiro's better.
Should we get into Rise of Skywalker? I kind of wanted to talk some little news snippets because there's been a lot going on with, Star Wars for like the past couple months already. It's actually really draining. You have news articles like these journalists and stuff, like Collider and all that. They're saying that they feel the same way. It's like kind of draining. Like people are already tired of Star Wars and the movie's not even out.
I don't know how Geeks and Gamers does that shit. It's every day. Like
he's
an angry man.
You follow him, right? I think it's just a persona he puts up because he gets the views.
But man, I get tired of it too.
You got to be creative to act that way every day, like on anything. Like sometimes it's just straight rumor and it's not even true.
I agree with him for the most part, but it's just like
sometimes I agreed with him for a while too, and then after a while I was like, this just feels kind of like an act already. Like this is just too much,
Yes, he goes over. Like I remember he had a stream. I clicked on it by accident.
It was like a live thing.
Yeah, a live stream, and like, he was like, somebody asked him like, I forgot what the question was, but it was like, so somebody was like, why are you so negative all the time? And he got angry as fuck.
Really?
He's like, and you want positivity? Go see Star Wars Explained so he can suck the mouse's cock. And I was like, it was just out of nowhere. I'm like, dude, relax.
Yeah. He's an angry man. That's the thing. After a while, it's like you kind of don't want to see bashing on something anymore, especially us because especially with Rise of Skywalker, I get it. He was disappointed with Last Jedi. I'm with him on that 100%. But he's kind of like looking to hate anything at this point. Like he was like making fun of the TV spots and
the TV spots are annoying.
Yeah. No. About one of the only one. Like when they just started coming out, and he was like making fun of it. And I was like, dude, but it's just a TV spot. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like just hating it to hate it. I do agree though that the marketing was going way out of hand.
I'm sure that's what makes him money. So he kind of.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a persona at this point.
He's trying to play out to his audience.
Exactly. That's what I think it is.
Or maybe he's just nuts.
No, I definitely think that he just keeps it. He's getting the views for it. Everybody's talking about Star Wars right now. Especially now, a lot of the cast members, like John Boyega, J.J. Abrams. Shout out to John Boyega. Thank you. I think even Daisy Ridley got a little bit in there and talked about it. J.J. Abrams.
All right, Daisy. Yeah,
everybody kind of came out and started shoving back a little bit about Last Jedi.
Yeah,
I think
because they're getting so much hate, and while Ryan Johnson is there with his cock out, not giving two shits.
To be fair, they could have just been like, no, I'm not doing this.
No.
What?
They could have.
Oh, no way.
When they offer you a nice big fat paycheck to do a Star Wars movie,
at the end of the, I don't know
they
what the
might
contracts are.
They might have even had a contract for 3.
But they could have been like, nah, like I'm not doing this script.
They don't have the power.
They don't have power.
Mark Hamill tried. Luke Skywalker, and he couldn't even win. I mean, what makes you think they would win? First-time actors.
If I was John Boyega, I would have taken over. All right.
He should have played the.
If Luke Skywalker himself was fighting for it, what makes you think? Think about it. If I'm a first-time actor in a big franchise, you can't complain. You know what I mean? You can't.
Yeah, it's like if Kit Harington from Game of Thrones complained about it, where his character. Say no, because
he should have complained.
Yeah, but this show's what started your whole career.
He has the power for it in season 8, but like that's season 2 or season 3 or something. He couldn't.
Yeah, but the thing is that you still like.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that show started your whole career, so you don't want to bash it.
No, not bash it, but if there was something you disagree with, you can say it. You have that power. But John Boyega came out and he said that he was really iffy about the Last Jedi script. He talked to Mark Hamill about it.
Mark Hamill's like, yes.
That was just music to my ears,
sacred
man.
Text.
That was music to my ears because, man, there's times that you kind of think to yourself, like, am I going crazy? Does nobody else see this movie for what it is? And John Boyega came out. We already know how Mark Hamill feels. J.J. Abrams very nicely came out and started throwing a couple jabs.
He's too nice.
And he is way too nice because this guy.
He has that hair. He has a funny hair.
I was telling Joshua, people were saying how, that he nails it. They were saying all this stuff. I'm hoping he does.
I see.
You gotta respect the guy though, because he brought back the franchise, which is the biggest stress because people at the time hated the prequels, which I think people appreciate it more now because of this train wreck.
I don't see any prequel hate anymore.
Because now people appreciate it more now because we got this,
Because at least it had a story.
It had a cohesive story.
It had a story.
So JJ had to bring back the fan base with Force Awakens, and I think he did that successfully, and he admits it. Like he's like, I'm aware of what I did, of how I did it. I had to bring the fans back in a good way, and I think he did that well. Then Last Jedi came out, destroyed Star Wars, and now he has to come back again to bring the fans back once again and finish the saga. I gotta give respect to that guy, man. You gotta give some respect. That's stressful. That's stressful.
Let's just say when he sees JJ, he's in
to save the fans, like to try to save Star Wars twice, and bring the fans back again.
Well,
twice.
I don't think there was too much pressure in Episode 7 because people were just happy to have Star Wars back.
Yeah.
But there was pressure because people did at the time. Remember the hate about the prequels? People were like, "Oh, thank God, yes, something new. It better not be like the prequels."
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know.
So at the time there was that pressure.
It was like right now with Rise, for me, if it's an average movie, it's a success because of how bad the Last Jedi was.
If it's anything better,
that's what the perception of the prequels were. So I think that for most people, if Episode 7 was okay, they would have been cool with it.
You think so?
I
because
think so. I don't think anybody expected
it was
to
a direct sequel to the original trilogy.
I don't think anybody expected it to be a masterpiece, which it definitely wasn't.
No.
But not even close.
But I think he brought the fans back in a good way.
Because
remember, there were some fans that were still very upset with the prequels. And I'm sure it's not hard to not follow the prequels because you're following the original trilogy now.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in that sense, but you are bringing back old characters and, but I think he did well with what he had there, what he did. A lot of, there's always mistakes and he's admitted to them. That's one thing I respect about him. He admits to what he should have done. Some people don't do that. Ryan Johnson. But with Rise of Skywalker,
Ryan Johnson.
Now with Rise of Skywalker, they're saying it's divisive, but I'm seeing a lot more positive than negative. I think the negative is Last Jedi lovers.
Well, I really don't trust the media.
I know.
They'll they love the Last Jedi,
and that's true, and a lot of hype. But there's people like one of the journalists from the Hollywood Reporter. I guess he didn't like Last Jedi. He's like, it's incredible. Last Jedi haters will be pleased with Rise of Skywalker. But I agree with you for the most part. Most of the media love...
It's like 90%.
Yeah. They got invited to the premiere. They're not going to bash the movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember I saw some on Reddit. Yeah. There was a post saying like, I didn't like... So one guy said, I didn't like the movie, but I'll wait till after release. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on.
Because think about it. You get invited to this stuff. You're not going to... Imagine early reactions, right? Everybody's waiting. You're the first ones to watch the movie. Oh, this movie was trash. Don't watch it.
And I mean, I get it.
Disney will never invite you again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They had to go to these premieres. It's kind of a scummy thing.
I would go.
You fake fuck.
You fake.
What do you mean? You see the movie first?
You wouldn't want to go to a world premiere for
I'd
Rise of Skywalker?
It. I think I would just bash it.
If it was like
if it was terrible, I would say it.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I would have bashed it like Last Jedi probably.
But if it was like a solid film, like I wouldn't.
Yeah, obviously, if it's good, I'm not gonna be like, oh, it was terrible. No.
Right.
But it feels like
I think I will be honest about it.
Yeah, like if I had got out of it, because man, I remember when Last Jedi came out, the early reactions were out, and they were like masterpiece, better than Empire.
That's why
I wouldn't be able to be one of those people. Like if knowing what I saw.
This is shit. That's your
just shit emoji.
I bought into that hype of Last Jedi so bad.
I didn't.
Dude, I crashed and burned. I crashed and burned.
The ending to Force Awakens.
Dude, I am so glad that I was not a fan of Force Awakens.
You just never fell for it.
I just didn't. I didn't care about the Last Jedi.
I
lost.
People are saying that Rise of Skywalker, the early reactions to it, they're saying it's like full on action adventure. Like I think JJ is going all out with this, like balls to the walls.
They didn't say the same thing about Last Jedi. It's action packed.
No.
I'm waiting until
I understand what people are saying here because I can kind of tell through like the trailers that we've seen and everything. And it's the last one. Like you have to go all out with this. You don't have time to pace yourself and be slow. You have to go all out with this story, and that's the thing he had to fix. And they the Last Jedi haters hate on it, but he had to fix Last Jedi to complete the story that he had planned. And one of the complaints with the movie so far, they're saying it's a little convoluted with the plot. Like there's a lot going on. And I can only imagine because there hasn't been any plot. There's only been a setup.
We have no story.
There's only been a setup, a movie of just nothing.
They're packing in 2 movies worth of plot in one.
That's what I'm surprised.
And it's not a long movie.
Kathleen Kennedy came out talking about it.
I'm surprised it's not 3 hours.
It could have hit.
I don't know why he did it.
Yeah, I think maybe he just figured out a way to just...
fuck it.
Yeah.
But I feel like the cast doesn't really give a shit no more. I feel like, go watch the movie.
I think Disney is the one at play. I think they know about the fan base with Last Jedi. I think that's why the cast and the director, the editor of like the Star Wars movies came out talking about Last Jedi, how it made it really hard for Rise of Skywalker to get made. It was story-wise. So I think Disney's kind of manufacturing this a little bit so that to help bring us, like fans like us, to like get us excited to go watch it. Like, guys, we admit what we did here, but this is not what that is. You know, I think that's like their goal. I think they're that desperate in trying to bring as much people as they can. I mean, we've seen the TV spots, and they're using music from the prequels, from the originals, from everything.
The prequels, the one when they were playing
Duel of Fates.
That got me angry.
It didn't sync up at all.
With first of all, with Rey and Kylo.
Yeah.
No, there's no rivalry. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
No relationship.
No sort of character build up.
There's that. That's why when you watch the trailer to this movie, we always say this, like, it feels like there's a middle movie missing. This feels like the third movie to Force Awakens, but we didn't get the second one. Like, we just skipped it, which is
I'm surprised
insane.
they're not doing 10, man. Just do 10. Skip. Just do 7.
How do you think fans would react if they announced, guys, we're doing...
Real fans will love it.
Because they know what it means. There's a trend going, hashtag JJ Abrams party is over, and they're pretty much just bashing on him and saying how Rian Johnson, what they were complaining about when us fans were complaining about Last Jedi, it's what they're doing now, which is completely hypocritical, and they're doing it like times 10. Like, they're just bashing on him, which is ridiculous. A lot of it looks like bots, but whatever, you know. And did you see that clip of the Palpatine? That plot reveal? You saw that?
Something about when Kylo visits Palpatine.
He's in the tombs and stuff, which visually looks great. Visually looks... I feel like we haven't really seen that yet, you know, visually.
It's some weird cave.
It's like a tomb, though. Like, you saw, like, the structures of the Jedi or something like that. It's some very interesting. Joshua noticed it was like a tomb of Darth Vader or something.
It looked like a Vader, it looked like a statue of Vader.
No.
Because I saw...
Yeah.
It's a sex toy.
Because it looked like Vader. You know, when he takes off his helmet, he has like the little little things there.
Could be an Easter egg.
It looked like Vader in the trailer.
Yeah.
But I think it was dark, so I couldn't really see. But it looked like
you
Vader.
saw the scene though, right?
Yeah.
And it's Palpatine saying like,
"I'm the one who's been talking to you."
In your head.
Yeah.
And Kathleen Kennedy came out talking about why are they so open with their plots, like with their plot of the movie, and she basically nobody's excited
for the movie.
Oh, come on. What happened here? 1 second, guys. There we go. Come on. There we go. Okay. Think about it. We were actually our last guest that we had on, Viraj. Shout out to Viraj. When he saw Last Jedi, he was like, "Yeah, I thought that was the end of like Star Wars already." So I imagine how many people would imagine how many people would like felt that, you know. And if you look at the way it ended, it doesn't leave you excited for anything to come. And I think they understood that. And they were saying how that's why Colin Trevorrow, the director that was supposed to be the director of this one, he had to step down because he couldn't crack the story because he needed Snoke. Luke died. Carrie Fisher had passed away, and they're saying and that's why they're saying this Palpatine thing might just be like a last-minute save.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and the way like that Rian Johnson killed off Snoke in Last Jedi with his tongue out, that one shot of just his body dead there. You remember that shot? And his tongue was all out. That feels like a little jab, like fuck you, like you're not gonna get the story you thought you were gonna get.
Fuck you, Trevorrow.
You know, or just to the Star Wars trilogy in general.
Like Rian Johnson.
You caught that like you know what I'm talking about, right? That shot. It's like it's kind of comical, but
with the bad CG and.
It was like a little jab, like you're not. This whole story that you had planned, it's not happening.
That's
and
shitty,
that article that came out, and he was like,
he
shouldn't pander the fans.
What does that mean? So what do you want then?
You can like not give like straight fan service.
Yeah.
But you need to pander to your fans. That's common sense.
You want the fans to like the movie.
Now, obviously,
you know,
if the fans want Rey to do backflips and like ram Palpatine in the ass, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
Well, it might, but
that doesn't mean you can just destroy.
With JJ, it might, but
it doesn't mean that you can just destroy like
a
whole outline of a plot from someone else's vision that they set up for you. Just because you want to not give the fans what they want.
And he technically got that Colin Trevorrow fired.
Because he ruined the story.
He screwed over.
He ruined the story.
He screwed Colin Trevorrow.
Yeah.
Because he killed the characters that he needed for this movie.
Yeah, that's the thing though. Because one thing is,
over everyone.
I get what he means by not catering to the fans like that. Like, if fans are like, we want Rey to have a blue, green lightsaber, and they're like, okay,
changes
we'll give you
mid-fight. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, that's never happened. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah. I think he's really stubborn, and it's really obvious how stubborn he is, and he's just gonna keep defending his movie. But one thing is that, and one thing is you destroying a story that was set up, and just fans wanting that story back.
Different,
yeah.
Yeah.
And JJ came out saying he appreciated that meta approach that he took, but I don't think fans go to see a Star Wars movie to be told that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that's basically all that it was. Like, him saying that doesn't matter, this is what you should care about. And who wants to see a director like that? What kind of what kind of mindset is that, you know? Yeah. And then to come out saying, yeah, but catering and pandering the fans is a mistake. It's like, that's not what he's doing. JJ's trying to bring us back by completing the story that he had set up. So I don't like that he's getting all this criticism when he's just trying to finish what he started, and he's cleaning up your mess. So
and he's taking all the blame for it.
And he's taking all the blame now. It's a lose-lose for him, because it's gonna be, oh, you just undid Last Jedi, how dare you? And if the movie is good,
they speak loud, but there's not that many who like Last Jedi.
Look at the audience score. What was the audience score for any? Like 40%?
Yeah, 40 something.
JJ's in a tough spot.
Every person we talk to about Star Wars, they're like, oh yeah, it was kind of like a whatever movie. No one really likes the movie. Even casual fans don't even like the movie.
Yeah.
Even casual like movie people.
It's a tough spot, man. That's why I give respect to JJ, because and it is a lose-lose for him, because now he has to end it with that much pressure and such limited story, because he couldn't get what, that sucks, But let's see. I'm hoping I want this movie to succeed now, just for like his sake of because the person that's gonna get shitted on, it's not gonna be Rian Johnson, it's gonna be him. When I think his intentions were always pure,
Yeah, he always
Force Awakens was a little safe. I understand that, but I did think he set it up. I think he set up a foundation for something, and that's actually what John Boyega was talking about. He said that he actually really enjoyed Force Awakens because he was excited for what was being set up with that story. And then he said that with Last Jedi that he felt a little iffy, and he thought his character was going to go one way, but it didn't. I think when he got sliced up the back, I think they were going to do something more with him there. Yeah. And then they just he was like sidelined for the rest of the trilogy.
They made him recover in like a comedy scene.
Yeah. And that was it.
Around naked with his weird tooth thing.
Yeah. And he didn't like that they weren't together because he thought it was going to be him and Rey again, or Poe.
He just wants to bang
Rizzy. And, and he said that he was actually really excited for what JJ had set up. Daisy Ridley, what did she say when she heard JJ was coming back? Like she had a sigh of relief.
Is this cried or something?
That she said she was going to cry, something like that, yeah. So...
She blew him right there.
Yeah, but...
right on the set.
And tell you, man, I feel like that Last Jedi set, it was just people being confused on what's happening.
What is this?
Because supposedly it was really it was pretty rough with Mark Hamill and Rian Johnson.
Man, I would love to see
Mark Hamill was just like punching him in the face.
Dude, supposedly it got heated. Yeah, until
Disney stepped in and told him to shut off.
Yeah, basically.
Mickey came in and slapped them both
with his hands.
It was Mickey Mouse.
So yeah, man, I don't know. I'm hoping Rise of Skywalker succeeds. I'm hoping what people are saying with the reactions are true, because people are saying that he nailed it, that he brought it back, that there's fan service, but like in a good way, like. That it's gonna bring the fans back. That's what people are saying.
It's Mark Hamill killing Palpatine.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. Doesn't even matter anymore.
What if he brings Mark Hamill back? I don't think he will. That's too much.
As a Force Ghost, maybe. And Ahsoka's in it too, apparently. So there's probably gonna be a scene where like they all come together and like touch Rey or something, and then.
I really hope she's not. Yeah,
man, it's already in 2 days.
I saw that he's
already in 2 days.
Brie Larson as Ahsoka's on.
Dude, no. Ahsoka's my favorite character.
Brie Larson.
You stay away.
Don't do this.
That's another Rian Johnson. You stay away.
I don't know, man. I'm hoping those reactions are true. Those people did come out of a world premiere. They got invited to the hype.
You get excited.
Look, I'm waiting for myself. I'm waiting until we watch it. I don't care.
We got it. We're watching it Thursday night, and I got it for us to watch it on Friday morning at the IMAX in Fort Lauderdale, the big IMAX theater.
So when are we gonna review it?
Friday night. Friday night. Yeah. So we'll be like off it twice, the night and the morning.
And I might like it more or hate it.
You probably work Friday morning, right?
Do I work on Friday? I don't even know. I gotta ask.
Because if you want to go, it's like $15 for a ticket. It's like that, the one for Lauderdale downtown.
Mm-hmm.
It's the huge IMAX screen. they're gonna give that Christopher Nolan movie.
I do work for it. I don't know. Well, I'll let you know.
If the tickets are still there, definitely check it out because it's nice. It's a nice theater. It's one of the biggest IMAX screens ever. Yeah. And they're gonna give like that preview for that Tenet movie, the Christopher Nolan movie. So that's gonna be cool.
Let's see. It's Thursday.
Let's see, man.
Thursday.
I'm like excited. I'm like impatient already. I just want to see it.
I just don't care.
I want to see it.
I'm not even excited. I'm just like.
I just want to see it.
Just like ripping off the Band-Aid, right?
I'm more excited just like since we're wearing those fuck Ryan Johnson shirts.
I know.
I'm more excited just to fuck with people.
I think I'm just excited for the event of it. You know, wearing the shirts, it's gonna be packed.
You know, if everybody's booing, that'll be fun. You know, if everybody's
also,
cheering, hopefully it's good, and then it might be fun too.
It's another Star Wars movie. You know what I mean? We haven't got one since it was like Last Jedi and Solo, but the last main trilogy movie we got was Last Jedi, which it still hurts us to this day, but. We're getting a new one.
We're still miserable about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping this one works, so we don't have to think about that one anymore. Because I know for a fact that this one doesn't work, people are just gonna bash on JJ, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, but look, like Ryan Johnson," you know, like it's gonna be something like that. Like JJ's gonna get like the shit.
Last Jedi made so much money because everyone was so excited on Force Awakens.
People like us. Yeah. And then people probably saw it one more time because of how in shock they were, like us. Because I had to watch it again. I couldn't believe what I saw.
Yeah, when I finished that movie, I couldn't believe I saw a bad Star Wars movie. I was like, no.
I'm hoping this works, man. I'm hoping it's like the Revenge of the Sith of the trilogy, you know?
I don't know.
Because you know how the prequels were like, the first two were iffy, and then...
I would rather watch Attack of the Clones than Last Jedi.
No, I'd watch anything rather than Last Jedi.
It's anything on this planet.
Yeah. I'm hoping it works, man. Visually, it looks great,
Maybe
you know?
That,
I thought that scene was pretty cool with... Palpatine talking, and he's in that tomb, and I thought all that looks great.
He's like, I don't know why I was thinking, like, imagine he's like butt naked in the tomb. I've been waiting for you.
With his hands up like this.
But regardless of if it's good or not, it's gonna ruin Anakin's story.
Yeah.
Because Palpatine, Anakin was the chosen one. He's the one that finished. You know,
like Palpatine should have stayed dead.
It's gonna the prequel, pretty much the original trilogy, and they lose value. Because of this.
Yeah, because they brought back Palpatine, like Darth Vader, you know, saved his son, killed Palpatine, dies. You know, like he turned good.
If it could have just been like a next generation story, like I think George Lucas wanted to go into about Rey training and Luke's training her, and I don't know who would be the villain, who was gonna bring in the Wills and stuff like that. I don't think he was gonna bring back Palpatine at all.
Oh, he's done.
They brought him back in a comic. I forgot what it was called. Well, whatever. Nobody liked the comic.
Really?
Because it ruined Anakin's story.
It takes away that value of that, because that was his moment of him defeating Palpatine, and it kind of closes up that storyline. Yeah. And it really does, because you watch the prequels in the original trilogy, and it does wrap up really nicely. It's a shame that George Lucas couldn't he should have just done these 3 movies, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he did give him his outline.
Oh, did you see that in the premiere? He wasn't on the.
He wasn't there,
and he wasn't on the list.
So he wasn't invited.
I saw. I mean,
I heard about that.
Yeah, but I know he wasn't there.
That he wasn't on the invite list at all.
Maybe he just didn't want to go.
But you do think they would have invited him? It's George Lucas, for fuck's sake.
Or maybe he just bashed on it too much. Supposedly JJ talked to him for this movie.
Yeah, but he did also tell Jay his movie sucked in Force Awakens.
He says nothing new. Yeah.
Dude, and I agree with you.
Dude, you imagine?
That's one thing with the prequels. You got it expanded the universe.
I love the prequels. How they made the universe seem like an actual universe.
Yeah. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wish he did these 3, man.
I wouldn't be surprised if he literally bashed this movie. The same way, I wouldn't doubt if he can bash Last Jedi.
Because he was going to go into more of the gods of the Force, like basically what the Force was in the next trilogy.
I don't know how I feel about all that, but...
Yeah, but that's cooler.
If it would have been the prequels again,
because
okay.
In Clone Wars, it mentions about them. The Wills. Like the final episode was about the Wills and how Yoda was trying to learn how to live forever.
And he was saying, you know, how it was going to wrap up the whole story altogether. And like how the perspective that we've been watching these movies was through their perspective. That's what I said a long time ago. And I thought that was really cool. Even if it would have been like the prequels again, fine. But you know what? We appreciate the prequels more now, though. We still appreciate Star Wars as how it was with that. You know, that's one thing.
The CGI.
Maybe if he just gave, the outline to someone and
Bob Iger fucked him in the ass.
Yeah, because maybe if he just
all that happened, but
yeah,
he screwed him over.
Because if they just maybe followed his outline and then made the most out of it, I think it could have been pretty solid. and you get a good closing.
You know, he's probably pissed off that they brought back his villain that he killed in the original trilogy. Like Palpatine, like imagine for him saying,
especially how they brought him back. It's like a last minute, like, oh yeah, fuck, we need a
shit. Who else can we put?
Yeah, like you don't think for him, he's like, wow, like I killed him, and now you guys just brought him back.
It really does just destroy the other movies.
It ruins Anakin's story. It really does, because like, it ruins his moment where he overcomes like
that him.
Moment. Yeah, like him, and that sucks. And now it's gonna be probably, who knows, probably Rey or something.
Dude, if the leaks are true, man, that fight.
Yeah, no. We won't say the leaks here. But yeah, we did read some of the leaks.
If the leaks are true, I'm not gonna.
For me to read leaks, that means I don't care about this movie because I never read leaks.
I know. You know how Brandon always read leaks. He reads them all the time, but he didn't want to read them for this one. He was like, "Boss, I'm being hopeful," because Last Jedi was so bad. He was like, "I just want to be hopeful. I'm hoping I can just be surprised and I can enjoy it." And Brandon, he's always talking about fan theories and leaks, and this time he was just like, I just want to go in there and just hope for the best. So that's where we're at right now.
I just read them. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Oh, God. But yeah, I don't know.
One movie. That fucker, Rian Johnson.
Let's see, man. I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping for the best. We'll be here Friday.
I can't believe George Lucas wasn't there.
Yeah, that's weird. And he's been for the last two.
And there he said that Last Jedi, it's a beautiful made movie or whatever.
Beautifully made.
I think he just couldn't take it anymore because in his contract he couldn't talk bad about the movies.
Yeah, in his contract he's not allowed to talk bad.
And think about it. You know how many questions he would have gotten?
They wouldn't leave him alone.
Especially, you know what? Maybe it could have been about Bob Iger's book.
That's probably why he wasn't there, because they were asking questions.
They probably agreed not to have him there. Like I'm sure it was like a mutual thing where they were like, it's better if I don't go. Because what would have been the main questions about it?
Bob Iger, what he said.
Is it true? What happened? Did you feel like you got screwed over? And it's gonna be more about that than the movie itself. Yeah. That kind of makes sense, yeah. Because that book that was big news.
Hello,
I don't know why Bob even wrote that. Like,
I think that was his apology.
But right before the movie comes out.
Yeah, I don't think he thought about how the book was gonna come out right before the movie.
Like when that book came out, everyone was like, "Wow!" Like everyone was like, even like fuck Star Wars even more now.
Yeah.
Because not only they ruined his movies, they all screwed him over.
Some people on YouTube almost cried, I think, right? Didn't some people cry?
Star Wars Theory cried.
Oh, it was Star Wars Theory that cried.
He cried. Like, when he read the article, I was like, dude, like...
So, there's another story that we should have gotten, and we didn't.
Oh, that was the dude who, Geese and Gamers told that he blows Mickey all the time.
No, he's, like Star Wars Theory.
I like Star Wars Theory. He's cool. He doesn't like Last Jedi either, but he doesn't go on a negative rant about
was it Star Wars Explained? It's one of them.
Oh, maybe Star Wars Explained. There's a couple.
Yeah, I like Star Wars Theory here because the thing I grew up with the prequel trilogy.
Yeah, because that's the thing. The prequels, okay, they're not great, but we over time we do appreciate them more because it does tell the story, and that's what's so it's like poetic almost. It's like it tells the story in a.
Have you ever seen Hello Greedo on YouTube?
No.
Dude, he bashes the prequels for every little detail, but he just rides Rey like a stallion.
Oh, really?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He tried to make the argument that Star Wars fans always think that the female characters are Mary Sue's. And then he found some quote on a random forum. It was one quote.
One quote
that someone was saying that Ahsoka was a Mary Sue. And he tried to make she's not. And she tried to make the argument that Star Wars fans just hate women.
Story. Yeah. Oh my. Oh yeah.
The guy's an idiot.
You said enough right there. Yeah.
Ahsoka's story is she really goes through so much to get to that point where she does.
Yeah, she had the best character development.
Yeah,
she was a little annoying in the beginning, and then she becomes great.
Yeah, I gotta keep watching. I'm struggling with Clone Wars since it is kind of like those just episodic things. And I still have I'm halfway.
Clone Wars does have a little bit of filler where you're just like, oh my god.
Exactly. So
they try to build Plo Koon's character and stuff
yeah.
He's cool, but I don't.
Yeah, so that's why I'm struggling because there's times I want to keep watching, but I'm like, ugh. Again, when you have an overall plot,
it's good, but it could have been.
Yeah, watch Rebels.
Shit, I started Rebels. I got 2 seasons in, and I didn't really lose interest. It's just that I didn't I like to binge stuff. So
it's on the Disney Plus now. So
I have not paid for that shit. But.
Do it.
But I was watching it, and then after the second season, I would have to watch it weekly, and I just didn't care enough to watch it weekly.
Yeah, commitment. Fernie's not a commitment type of guy.
No,
he likes to live on the edge. I'm over whore. But yeah, guys, let's see, man. We'll be talking about this movie on Friday. Are you free Friday night?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna see who else I can get on here. If anybody else is not, then it'll be us three. Just
bashing on it.
That's gonna be a time.
Either bashing on it or loving it.
I'm hoping. I don't know if we can love it. I think the damage is too much, but I'm hoping we can really enjoy it.
If they can get me to love it, it will be the best written movie of all time.
But I'm hoping it could just make us feel satisfied.
Yeah.
You know?
It'll probably be like a 7.
That's what I'm hoping for.
If it could get a 7 out of me, I'd say it's a success. Because I'm so negative about Star Wars.
I just want to really enjoy it. I want to like have a good time and be okay with it. Like, okay, this is how it ends. I'm hoping it can just fix and bring us back. You know, that's gonna be tough, but let's see. But yeah, guys, so we'll be here. We'll be here Friday. We're gonna review Rise of Skywalker on Friday, and I want to try to do a Mandalorian review. I don't know when we can do that. Maybe Saturday. Let's see. But the main event right now is Rise of Skywalker. So let's see. That's gonna be a big one. I feel like we're gonna be here for a while talking about that. So
and tomorrow we're gonna get a sneak peek of Rise of Skywalker.
For what? Another one?
For the new episode.
Oh, the Mandalorian.
And they want to pump out all.
You would think by now they did a Fortnite event. They did everything.
The Heat game with the Star Wars.
Did you see that Fortnite event?
We went to a hockey game. It was a Christmas gift, and it was Star Wars night there too.
Yeah. They're just whoring Star Wars out right now.
Yeah, man, it's everywhere. But
it does get draining after a while.
Yeah, but
I see commercials every other.
It is draining. It comes to a point where it's like, at first I was kind of excited when like the last trailer came out. I was like, oh man, all right, let's see. We didn't know if the leaks were true or not, but all these TV spots are confirming the leaks.
Especially since I'm not too happy on the movies. I'm just like, I see Rey and I'm just like, ugh. Every 10 seconds, she's just everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen on Twitter, like, a lot of people they're just not liking it. Let's see, man. I'm hoping for the best.
I don't trust critics no more.
I don't trust JJ. I don't trust critics.
I don't trust anyone anymore.
Nobody anymore.
I don't trust you, Ryan.
All right, guys.
I don't trust Ryan Johnson for anything.
Yeah. And how he still defends it. That guy, and he was saying, he was comparing how he felt when he watched Empire. Like, that's what he wanted. It's like, dude, you can't compare. Empire didn't just throw away everything in New Hope.
Empire is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah. And it didn't throw away anything from New Hope. It got what New Hope did.
That's the biggest plot twist ever.
Yeah, but that's what he thinks. He thinks it's like just subverting expectations, but you got to follow the plot. Like, it got what happened in New Hope, added to it, and then there was a twist. Why? Because there was an outline to the story. Ryan Johnson's like, I'm just going to subvert expectations, forget everything about this, forget everything about that. Let's have it not make sense just so that you're shocked. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Anyway.
I would.
Anyway.
Dude,
knock him out right there.
Just like.
Dude, like, fuck your movie.
No, Mark Hamill. I can imagine Mark Hamill just, like, trying to choke him out. Die! All right, guys. We'll be back on Friday. We're going to watch it. I think we'll be watching it twice. I don't know if you work Friday or not. If you want to join us, you can. It's in Fort Lauderdale. It's like at 11 a.m. If there's tickets still available.
That's a lot of ifs.
It's a lot of ifs, yeah.
Jesus, okay.
It's a lot of ifs. But, yeah, if not, I'm sure one time would be more than enough. I just want to see it in that big IMAX screen and all that, just because me being
And plus, I want to see it twice before we do a review on it.
Yeah, it's a gamble, because if it sucks, it's like you got to watch it twice. You got to endure it twice. But if it's good, then I'm going to go naked and watch it naked in the theater.
And chase JJ down the street.
JJ, I knew you could do it, buddy.
He's flapping around everywhere.
I knew you could do it. Get away.
Get away.
That guy's under a lot of stress, bro. But fuck it. I got a roof for him. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll be back for next time you'll see us is gonna be
either
post for Rise of Skywalker. We've been how many times have we talked about Star Wars?
Looks like every time I'm out here we talk about Star Wars.
So. This is it. This is like the end to all the movies.
Yeah, we don't want to hear us talk about Star Wars anymore. This is it.
This is it. Like,
the saga.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you are annoyed, I'm sorry. But this is it. Like, Rise of Skywalker, that's probably going to be our biggest one.
It's the worst movie of the year.
And then, obviously, we'll still have Mandalorian and stuff. But for Star Wars trilogy, Last Jedi is going to be in the past.
It's going to be the last trilogy.
Yeah, that's it. It's kind of sad.
They're not doing it anymore, yeah.
It's sad how downhill
it's just in case, if they suck, they could just be like, oh, we're not doing that again.
I would love, like, in the future, George Lucas would just be like, I'm going to do it anyway. And then he makes a deal, or he does, like, a series or something.
He does, like, a new series.
No, he like,
it's
Sky
too late,
Wars
though.
instead of Star Wars.
It's too late, though. Carrie Fisher passed away. the actors are old. Like that's it. Harrison Ford is not coming back.
Instead of the Force, it's called the Wind.
The Wind.
Everything's backwards.
Everything's backwards. So let's see, man. But yeah, this is it. It's sad how this is how it ends, but I'm hoping it could be satisfying ending.
Man. He can't end his own story.
I know.
That's his story, and you can't end it.
But then it was also the hate from the prequels that kind of
made him. All those stupid hardcore, like, I'm gonna kill your family.
Yeah, he was getting death threats.
Like, all right, dude.
So he just wasn't even encouraged anymore to keep going. Yeah. That's why. All right, guys. Well, I hope you're excited. We probably won't be talking. Once Last Jedi is in the past, when this movie's out, once we see this movie, that's it. Like, Last Jedi is officially dead in my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
the pain will always be there. Always.
That's true, because the Last Jedi is what's gonna cause whatever this is.
Yeah.
Any flaws, it's gonna be because of that.
Ryan.
But at least we can forget about it and enjoy whatever we can out of this. So that's what I want.
If this movie's bad, I blame Ryan. Always blame Ryan.
Always blame Ryan. I'm gonna make a shirt about that.
Always blame Ryan.
Always blame Ryan. That's a shirt. It's like a campaign. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram at Film&Everything_podcast. Like and subscribe if you're watching us on YouTube, and if you're listening, thank you for listening. Leave us a rate or a review, whatever you want to do. It all helps the show. So, thank you guys so much. Goodbye.